just a little bit of splash, maybe 30 centimetres worth.
Well, judges liked it for 49. Alexander Bondor. They've been around for a little while now, still only 18, but has a wealth of experience already. Very good synchro record, Bondar, and that's a nice individual dive to start with.
Yeah, what I liked is that after touching his toes, when he came out, his hands hanged by his legs and just slowly looked back and finally reached. So there, waits and then reaches back and locks out. That's a brilliant entry.
And that brings us to the end.
Slight double bounce. Again, the judges really haven't been marking down for that. That's an advantage for the diver. Small double bounce just gives you that little bit more push down on the board to get the jump off the board.
48 marks, so alongside Fedorova. Crane into second position after that first round of 2 dives. I think you have got the idea how this worked
in this competition.
Well, they've surpassed Italy, but that wasn't a massive task. Now, this is the team that we think can win purely and simply because of the way the dives stack up through to the rest of the competition. 3.5 here, followed by 3.8 from this man.
It's going well. Oh, yeah. I could tell by the takeoff. He landed perfectly on the end of the diving board, and he just shot up in the air. Now, difficult dive. He finished at board level, and he had plenty of time to reach back. It all starts here. Great takeoff, quickly into the tuck. Now he's spotting, he's using his eyes, he sees the triple, kicks out. He was at board level when he kicked out, and what a save on the entry. Look at that.
Dive. Wow, the judges loved that as much as we did. 94.5 from Machi Rosset. And as Chris Snow called it, this round could put the competition out of sight. 3.2 here for Lebow. And if she can follow it, I'll tell you what, the team event, there's not a lot of pressure around in this. It's a bit more like a training session for these divers, and I think we'll see a few more nailed before the end of this evening.
Now she can do this well. Can she do it under pressure?
A little flutter with the legs, but gets it away. It's okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be enough. She got the entry, and as you can see, the feet just coming apart. She corrected it on the somersault, but here's the twist. It was only a small flutter and just a small kick over. Good degree of difficulty at 3.2. Currently in first place.
Well, 67.20. That will have cost them a little bit. That's rather taken the edge off Rosset's dive. And it is a fault that Lebow has struggled with over the last few seasons, the legs.
Yeah, you wait till you see his next dive.
Oh, looking forward to it.
It's an incredible one.
3.8 to come in the next round. Gallantry then, solid start from Great Britain. Well, managed to just about get control because she was coming forward off the board there, but a very splashy finish.
Yeah, Rebecca is a very powerful diver. 3.5 pike somersaults there, and you can see she's making it easy, but she spots the water just a fraction too late, doesn't reach forward enough, and can't quite stop the feet from kicking over. And that's a real shame because 90% of your scores come from your entry. Technically good dive, but that's a big miss on the entry.
3.40, that has cost Great Britain. And remember, this man, Tom Daley, was down at 37, missed his first round dive, much to Rebecca Gallantry's amusement.
Now, Tom really needs to go for 100 points. It's a 3.5. He's capable of getting 100 points. He'll need to get to 10s if he's get back, or the team back into this contest.
That's a good dive. It's a good dive.
Yeah, a back arm stand triple in the pike position, high degree of difficulty. And Tom has these most incredible entries from the 10 metre. He seems to swallow up the whole pool. It just disappears. A little bent knees at the start, corrects it well. He's going to be in 90 points or close to 90 points. That's going to help.
Good effort from Daley. That saved Gallantry in that round. Cindy Hertogs and Joey Van Etten of the net. Needs Artem Chesakov to back it up. 3.6 on the tariff as well. Oh, this young man. So it's interesting to see him up on the platform. Looks like he could be a very solid competitor up there.
Yeah, the Russians are doing okay. First last year, but with a different team. Back arm stand twister. A little bit movement on the entry.
Regina trying to convince the judges that that was the best dive she's ever seen off the 10-metre. But the subsequent facial expression gives it away.
Well, the clapping and cheering does help, but in isolation with one person, probably not. Well, just flicked off a little bit late. Feet slightly untidy on the pike down before coming around for that final entry. Interesting to see how the judges scored that.
There you go. Not too bad, 84.60. Fedorova, dive 3 for Ukraine.
Oh, she got that dive round well, but it wasn't particularly a great takeoff. She just lands and goes loose in the stomach. The hips have gone forward, so it's taken a while to get into the pike. Once she's in the pike, it's good, but she was below the diving board as she's reaching back. You could tell her experience there actually saved that dive.
Yeah, we talked about Fedorova's experience ahead of this competition. And there it was. Got a score out of that one when that could have been a real mess. Bondar, 3.6, another high tariff dive. Already seen this one from Chesikov, and it wasn't great, so this is a chance for Bondar really to catch the judge's eye with dive 4 in this second round of the team event.
So the hardest part is actually getting up in the arm stand. This is a back arm stand again. Already seen a back arm stand double, 2.5 twists. So the judges can see that he's in control.
Seemed to move a long way from the ball, but again, absolutely ripped the entry.
Yeah, although he was drifting forward, he got the timing of the push off the arms with the flick with the feet, so he did feel comfortable coming off the platform. There's the timing. You can see that little jump up in the air, but he has got a problem with his feet, and he'll lose a half a point or so. So not a 10 dive, but still a very high scoring dive.
Yeah, super score. Ukraine move into second position after 4 dives. So final round to come, medals to be decided in the team event here in Eindhoven. We'll take a short break there, stay with us. 3-0, so they move ahead of Italy. Belarus lead the competition then at the moment, but after a fantastic round 3 dive, or third dive from Mathieu Rosset, he's going to follow it up with another big one here. 4.5, but no space to work with.
It's very hard. I mean, it's difficult on 10 metre. You've got a bit more time, but a 4.5 and 3 metre. Takeoff's going well.
Oh, well, he's dived like a dream, and if he can dive like that in the individual competition, then my goodness me, Rosset is going to be right up there with a shot at gold.
Yeah, they went into this round in first place. I said at the beginning, these are the ones to watch, and at 3.8, he nails that entry. That was a great effort for him. The adrenaline has helped, and look at that, more than 90 points from a dive on 3 metre. That is fantastic.
Huge scores from Rosset, and that means that without Lebeau diving, the French team are in first place. So Lebeau, this is about trying to guarantee this gold medal now from Audrey Lebeau.
Yeah, another good dive for her if she nails it. 3.2. Here we have an arm stand. So the key is the beginning. She can't wobble around like Benedetti did, the Italian, in the second round. Straddling up into the arm stand. Backhand stand double, 1.5 twists. Just a little bit rolled on the end.
Yeah, needs 50 plus to get into the 400s. We'll put them under a bit of pressure.
Yeah, be looking for that. 4.08 last year. The Russians won it on 4.11, and the performance so far has been, well, that's no problem there. Going to be well into the 400s. It's now whether the rest can catch up. 416, that beats last year's score.
Good effort from Lebeau and Rosset. Very exciting team to watch. And they can enjoy this now, quite rightly so. Can anybody challenge them? So Gallantry and Daly, the problem for them has been 1 hit, 1 miss for the first 2 sets of dives.
Yeah, you really need to be consistent, but still it's not over. 3.2 here. Rebecca, back 2.5, 1.5 twists. She's strong on platform and springboard. Good effort. Oh, it's a shame about that splash being thrown up. Lines up the right way, but doesn't quite get the feel on the hands. There's the British coaches there. Tom Daly's coach, Andy Banks, sitting in the middle. So Well, you can see a good lineup, just the wrong feel. It just takes the wrong tilt of the hand on the water not to catch that rip entry sound. Good dive, poor entry.
62.40 for 279.30 at the moment. So Daly up to the platform. Back to familiar territory for Tom Daly. He'll feel comfortable up there for this back 3.5.
Yeah, he's having a great season in the build-up to the Olympics, which is just 72 days away. Already picked up 7 World Series medals, including 1 gold. So that's a good warm-up meet for him.
Oh no, didn't make the entry.
Yeah, no, I spoke too soon. That's the first time I've seen him miss like that. Back 3.5, just picking up too slow and running out of room. So a little slow with the arms, good pike position, but couldn't wait any longer. He had to come out, and it was too short of vertical. So no medals in this team event, but of course we have the individual competitions coming along for Great Britain.
Yeah, so maybe just a little reminder going into the individual event. Won't be a bad thing for Daly. 3.27.90 for 3rd place at the moment for Great Britain.
Judges will knock a point off, and they have. Could have been at 8, it's now down on 7s.
3.05.10. 3.78.35, remember, in silver medal position for Germany at the moment. So Chesekov with this 3.6 tariff, the same dive that we saw from Klein. Well, to impress the judges, he's going to have to match Sascha Klein, and that's a big ask.
Now, this is a dive that can score 10s. Klein has already got 91 points. That's pretty close to a near-perfect dive. Nope. Back too far, feet moved around in the air. Could tell it just wasn't going to be sharp enough.
Well, you can't fault Bogina's enthusiasm. She screamed and shouted after every single one of Chesekov's dives.
And that's where he loses it. Just going into the pike after the 2.5 twist. And just kept it out of the 8s.
3.84.30. So good enough to move into silver medal position. Germany getting bumped down by 1. Nobody challenging France. They're away and clear in gold at the moment. And only Fedorova and Bondar of Ukraine can affect the result from here. Good save in the last round from Fedorova. But that's a bit more like quality from her. Few little errors in there, but that's not a bad finish.
It's an opportunity for them, though Fedorova is on 3.0 and Bondar's coming up with a 4.5, and she still left the opportunity for the Ukrainians to get a medal. So 63 points. Now it's going to be touch and go for this final dive.
So 3.15.70, 370s, 380s, that's where you need to be for a medal chance. Now, Bondar, we've already seen this dive off the 3.5 from Rosset. He goes up to the 10 metre now.
So he's looking for around 63, 64 points. He's forward. He's missed it. But it's such high degree of difficulty, 3.7. I wonder what marks are going to come up, how that affect the placings. So he's leaning forward, 4.5 somersaults. He's hanging on forever. It feels like forever when you're dropping from 10 metre doing a 4.5.
Oh, and it's good enough for a medal. 387.85 for silver. And that big tariff from Bondar, enough to sway the judges. And a good result for Ukraine, but an excellent result from France. And Rosset in particular, well, I can't wait to see him in the individual competition because he looks superb.
Yeah, now this team from France are fantastic. 2nd last year, 3rd the year before. They haven't changed their team. Lebow and Rosset have been incredible. And that front 4.5 off the 3 metre helped along the way.
Well, it does take 2 to tango. Yes, Audrey Lebow with a superb effort. But I tell you what, Rosset in startling form. That was an audacious dive, and he got it round pretty well. The crowd really enjoyed that one.
And there's the 4.5 off the 3 metre, 3.8, the most difficult dive in the competition, and it was worth the chance, daring himself to do that. And Lebow as well, brilliant up on the 10 metre. Well deserved. The first medal in this competition and the first to be awarded in the team.
Yes, well, they'll go down in history, won't they? The first ever team event European Championship gold goes to France. Lebeau and Rosset, and no one can take that away from them. Fedorova and Bondar, good competition, good experience from them to bring up the silver. And Bajina and Chesikov hold off Subshinsky and Klein, who did look in pretty good form for that bronze medal. Hamokina and Cup Tour for Belarus in 5th. Gallantry and Daly with mistakes finishing down in 7th. Then Bacchi and Benedetti don't quite take the wooden spoon, just managing to get ahead of the home nation. So, good start to our European Championship coverage.